Alright, this is old Foreman's Treasure, Zero 6 Boulder Town. Let's start that. We're gonna go right here.
Wanna go take some pictures?
So this is I don't want to say too much about it in the last video, but I'm just gonna say it because I just need to talk. Like, this is my therapy. Like, it's people who constantly treat people like shit, who, despite how nice you are to them, how much you do for them, constantly treat you like garbage. And you tell them to stop and they just keep on going, and it's my big problem is like handouts and shit. They just constantly want fucking handouts. Like, people stealing out of your account. Not small amounts of money either. It's like the mom wanting to take Christmas pictures. It's like basically like, you know what people do, like,
I, Julian of 1,000 faces. Wait, it's not the time for this. We got trouble.
People like that who want all the benefits of a family, who want all the things of a relationship, and don't want to do the legwork. It's like I think it'd be a good
Fursman is in the mines. It seems like the boss even took
a good example of parasocialism, like parasocializing someone. And
thank you. Please.
I know I'm not the problem, and I'm not asking for really any opinions on this. I'm just talking to get the shit out of my head. So I want to go somewhere further away so I can get the game to load in. So I'm gonna go here. And it's sort of like everybody wanting the other person to be the bad guy, just constantly looking for some sort of bad guy to stick the blame on, and it's sort of like they take turns, like piranha. I don't know if people know this, when piranha lose their teeth, all of the other piranha eat it. There's really no friends or groups, in groups in when you're a piranha. Like a shark as well, I know sharks will lose their teeth and the rest of the sharks will eat them. And it's sort of like chickens do too, those bastards. They one chicken will be like bleeding or hurt, and the other chickens will start pecking until it's dead. And it doesn't matter what kind of health problems you have, what you're dealing with. It's just anything. You're just sort of, you're pecked to death. And it's just one of those things where it's like, you get into the trap like, well, what could I have done differently? Nothing. There's nothing you could have done differently.
Target specimen sighted.
And I'm at the point now where I might have to move out to the tracks. I might have to move out to the tracks because of, what's going on in my home. And it's like, what, you want
Try that again.
to
Never heard of it.
live in filth and garbage, and at the same time you want the benefit of having a happy, healthy, loving family, and without putting the legwork in, and doing your bare minimum as a mother or father is deserving of a Nobel Peace Prize. It's like, no one made you have kids.
We're gonna try 'em all.
I would say that's the same thing with an authority figure and in any group. It's like you get this with religions as well. It's like, you know, well, I'm above you. You know, it's like, no.
Excuse me, coming through.
Age doesn't necessitate wisdom. It just doesn't. That's a very old, outdated way of thinking. And I've worked on, back when I used to be able to work, I was an HVAC subcontractor, and I was sort of learning to trade, and I would work with guys, and I didn't know much, right? But like, they really didn't know anything. They would draw out the clock, and at the same time, they would act like, because of their age, that I should give them more respect than they deserve. And it's I would say people, that's one thing about the Army. People give the Army all sorts of shit, but it's very much a meritocracy. It's like, you know, you're senior for a reason. You know how guns work and stuff like that. You should know how to lead. And all that fun stuff. But everywhere else it's not like that. It's like, trying to find a way to put this. It's like I said, it's wanting the benefit of a family without, you know, thinking because you were able to you're able to get someone pregnant or pass kids between your legs, that makes you better than everybody else, and it doesn't. And I think that this is also a disease, like a mental disease within religious families, no matter what religion it is, that you have people who think that they're better because they're there longer. That, you know, I don't say too much about it, but I am a Christian. Like, I may curse like a sailor and be a bit of a degenerate, but it's like, I approach it like, you know, God doesn't care how much money you give. He doesn't care what building you go to. You know, it's like, what's the way my generation could understand is, it's like having a streamer, right? That you get to know everything about them, and you have no relationship with them at the same time. It's like everything and nothing, where they know nothing about you. And it's the same thing. It's like, you could learn all about God, or you could learn all about all that stuff, and if you're not trying to have a conversation, like trying to talk or pray or anything, like, and your conversations are only like about how you need stuff, that's my family. It's one side. I'm not saying I'm like God. I'm just saying that's the best example I can give.
For something savory. Thanks a lot.
It's sort of like, you know, we'll beat up on you, we'll do all this evil shit, and then we're sweet as pie when we need your help. You know, and I've helped them out with hundreds of dollars. You know, like cards and shit. Like, you know. And I would talk to him about stuff that was bothering me about what they were doing, and I've had a very long fuse. Like, I've put up with a lot, and now it's at the point where I'm just having to.
Daddy, are you hurt?
I'm having to deal with this in a way of removing myself out of the way, and then you have a mother that's like, you know, the people you have that's sort of like very bitter, where it's sort of like, oh, I hope you don't fail, or I hope it works out for you, sort of like, you know, facetious, like a backhanded compliment.
Thank you for your help.
Like, it was like, she took me to the hospital. My liver and kidney were basically failing because I'm not able to drink water properly. I'm a little bit better, but not much. And I was underage, and I told them I didn't want to go to the hospital. I was prepared to die, and you know, it's sort of like they used the fact that I was underage
The conflicts between the vagrants and the mining team have lasted for quite a long
to take me.
time.
And it's like, at the same time, it's like, I'm underage, I'm still a kid at that point, and you're the mother and father, and you're forcing me to go to the hospital. It's like, it's on you. You took me to the hospital. I'm sorry that you paid the bills,
You seriously hurt?
but you had the kids, right? And it's sort of like, you know, they had everything. My dad was a contractor, he had a nice house. You know, my mom had nice things, and they sold everything and went on, you know, and became missionaries to England. And it's like, in many ways, that was a really nice experience. Many people from Florida, where we lived, didn't even get out of Florida. They get out of Pensacola. We lived in a poorer part of it, and
It's just a tool.
it's sort of, that's sort of like, you know, the reason why I would say family planning exists. And I don't know how people feel about this, but why I think, I'm starting to think there should be some sort of IQ test.
Gather your strength.
There needs to be some sort of IQ test for having kids, right? Or family planning is required. You should have someone like, almost like a CPS or a case agent come out to your house. Like, well, this is how big your house is. This is how much you're making. You should have to give, like, detailed financials. And like, okay, and then they basically say, this is how many kids you can afford. You shouldn't be able to just be allowed to have kids. And I'm sure that some religions are going to hate that. And I'm just going to be very brutally honest. Those religions are sex and death cults. People can say whatever they want about Mormons. They can say whatever they want about Catholics, and Christians do the same exact thing. And yes, there's a fucking difference. Let me just say this. A Christian believes that you need God, and a Catholic believes you need a baby fucker. You know, that's, I'm not saying that Christians don't do the same thing, but Catholics are basically a national religion, and their Pope runs a country. So, the dude looks creepy anyway. But the cases in which Christians, and by Christians I mean, you know, like believing that you need God to get to heaven or Jesus, doing stuff to children is, I'm not saying it's pardonable or they should be doing it, but the cases are way less.
I've taken care of your wounds. Don't pretend you didn't hear that.
Wasn't the one that caused trouble? It was those bad guys. You traitor.
Well, passing the buck is one way to handle this. That's enough for now. I'll say this one. The boss of the mold.
Thank you again. If it weren't for you and Dr. Natasha, Hook and I probably
It's,
would have been in big trouble.
Yeah, it's sort of like, I'm just gonna skip through this.
Well, a few days ago, I found it then. The mining team could not agree with that, of course.
Daddy?
My poor child. People say I'm selfish.
Daddy.
Forget about it. It's just a shame that I lost my vein detector. It was...
Well, vein detection sounds like what it is.
I guess so. It's an ancient relic. I often carried it around. Anyway, I guess I don't need the detector anymore. The less...
Hook seems
No,
to
we're
be
getting that
giving
shit
me a
back.
look like, I want to talk to you outside the clinic now.
It's sort of like, you know, when
So
parents
that's why
tell
people
kids to ask
colonize the
questions,
windows
and
to
then the kids get yelled at for asking questions because it makes the parents feel stupid. It's like, well, bitch, please, you told me to ask questions. The teachers do the same shit. Religious leaders do the same crap. It's like, you find out that, you know, not knowing anything is one thing, but acting like you know everything while knowing a subtotal of nothing is another thing. And it's like, or sort of like telling your people act like children, adults act like children all the time, petty, and then telling the kids to grow, when you're gonna grow up. when are you going to get a job? In which case I would say, when are you going to learn what a condom is, you dumb motherfucker? You're going to have kids that you can't afford to take care of because your religious leader wants more asses in the pews. And let's not pull any punches. The whole reason why the Christian churches say that, and Catholics as well, that you can't wear condoms or that sex is only for having kids, is because they want to take something that's, fun, and they want to monetize it almost, like, because the more kids you have, the more they can brainwash. They want your children. They want your children, and they want to get their hands on their brains. And I'm gonna say this about religion, that there's just about as much proof that humans came from monkeys as there is that a God exists. And I'd say that for any religion. I'd say the only thing kids need to learn is math and reading and writing skills. That's it. All those other tests are just tests to make the school look good.
Alright then. I'll be waiting for you at the shelter in the mine, big brother. I mean... See ya!
And I've experienced it. And it's like if you look at the brainwashing that communists use, and then you look at the way a Catholic priest talks, or the way a Christian pastor talks in a church, it's the fatherly tones. And then you look at the way the communists brainwash their people. Fatherly tones, somber music. It's the same thing that they use at a funeral procession to bullshit you into thinking the person was a good person. But you don't know who this person is. They're just putting them in the ground. It could be anybody. It could be a serial killer. Or it could be the nicest person on earth.
Too slow, honorary member of the moles. You should have got... Let me introduce you to...
Well, not at all. But after what happened...
I'm here to find...
Well,
But I think,
after the conflict,
this
we
is...
returned to the shelter. Indeed. Now we vagrants have our
But...
Actually, we've already asked. Of course, we could never expect thieves to confess and turn themselves in, right? In my... We're all vagrants. None of us have the authority to arrest anyone just because we feel like it. Let's see whose words contradict with the facts. And that person would be the thief.
So this is what this looks like. It looks like one of those logic puzzles, where so they're gonna throw someone in there like how gacha games put you with like the chick that they try to force you with, or just like anything in general, like how whenever you interact with someone in the game, it's like obviously this is the choice they want you to make, so I'm gonna make the opposite choice. They want me to think it's a thief.
All 4 suspects are at the shelter. If you're feeling confident, why not give it a
They're
try?
just, yeah, they keep mentioning the thief.
Adults are so...
So I'm gonna pick everybody but the thief because it's not gonna be the thief.
Well, well, well. What's this? Playing detective, are we?
Spill it! Did
I'm just
you
gonna let
start
these guys
a
talk.
Dennis detector?
Little brat. How dare you label me a thief? Someone needs to give you a good lesson on manners. I'm an honest and decent man. I'd never do such a shady thing.
Anyone can say that. If you really didn't steal anything, then just answer our questions.
Oh, you have a temper, huh?
Oh, it's just a simple
I'll
question.
spare
I don't.
a couple minutes for your little detective game.
Oh, very, very kind. What are you doing when the crime occurred? What do you think of? No, what were you doing when the crime occurred?
What else would I be doing?
See, that's
Don't you
he's
notice the
deflecting.
smoky cooking smell all over me? It's just that I happened to be out shopping for ingredients at that time. Otherwise, who'd want anything to do with this kind of thing? That old Fursman was kind to me. When we were at Rivet Town, he put me in charge of the whole mining team's food supply. And it's because I trusted him that I came to this mine with him. I mean, I didn't expect he would take that money for himself.
Yeah, there's always a but.
Anyway, he found that geomarrow vein by himself, so I won't blame him for not sharing. But you know, what he did was not like the old Fursman I know.
So he deflected the answer about what he was doing, and then he came up with a bullshit excuse. So let's see if there's anybody who actually saw him looking for cooking supplies.
Well, I don't want to be a snitch, but out of my respect for Fursman, I'll tell you a secret. The helper over there, I saw him sneak into Fursman's tent and come out holding a box. See? Isn't he the most suspicious one? I don't care if you believe me or not. Told you all I know. Now leave me alone if you don't have any more questions. I'm busy.
So the cook was asked, who's the next one? Taylor. Goes Taylor.
Did you steal Daddy's detector?
Nope. I'm no thief.
So the thief was brought up again?
Better answer our questions honestly.
Ask away. Let's not waste time. Spacing out. Didn't notice anything.
That's a good way to live your life. Let other people start and finish their own shit.
Good man. But a bit of a cheapskate. Nope. What detector?
Hey, would you mind talking more nicely?
What? I always talk like this.
I don't feel like she's the thief. I know.
Here.
Hook, what's the matter?
So two people want to frame the
Did you
helper.
steal Daddy's detector?
Well, one guy does.
What? Oh, if I'd known I would become a suspect, I wouldn't have gone out at that time. How foolish of me.
We just need you to answer a few questions.
Okay. Ask away. It would be good to clear myself of suspicion.
What are you doing when the crime occurred? What do you think? So they're gonna make me ask all these questions
Nothing
anyway.
special. I just went out to get some fresh air. Oh dear, oh dear. I know that's a lame alibi, but I swear it's the truth.
I mean, other people would see him if he did.
Firstman. He's a good person. Though... Oh, never mind. No. I must sound very suspicious, but I really didn't do anything. You have to believe me. Detective? No, I haven't seen anything, and I don't know anything. Is that all the questions you have? Have I proven my innocence? Oh dear. All this waiting around is enough to make me even more anxious.
So I don't think he stole the thing, but he might have done something else.
Did you steal Daddy's detector?
What? How could you say that? You're gonna make me angry. You know what a businessman values the most? Reputation. If your slander ruins my reputation and harms my business, you'll pay for that.
Well, then answer our questions. We'll decide if we believe you or not.
I have the right to remain silent. I withhold my opinion toward this question. No comment.
Oh, you... I'll give you one more chance. Think carefully and give your answer to Diggertron this time.
See, you'd think either he did take it, or this is a red herring. So Cook tried to put suspicion on someone else. The other guy seems nervous about something else. This dude just seems like he's being an
I've
ass. So
seen all sorts of things in my life. Why would I be afraid of you two little rascals? Here, how about we make a deal? I'll tell you what I know in exchange for a small intel service fee.
okay.
Fair enough? Great. I like your style. Customers who don't fuss over the price are the best. So what do you want to know? Ask away.
So one this that goes ahead. That's the answer at the bottom that advances. So let's do
I went
this
into
one.
town to restock. Nothing out of the ordinary, right? I restock on a regular basis. Everyone knows that. I was wondering why there was nobody at the shelter. Fursman is an old customer of mine. He's pretty nice to me, though we are not so close. As to what he did about that Geomero van, it was kind of unethical. We're all neighbors. We've known each other for a long time. And he sold out to the other side and left his own people out to dry. I really can't agree with that. Look, the cook is definitely the thief. I'm sure about that. I value my reputation more than anything, so you can trust me. In my line of work, I've learned to read people. And something's definitely fishy with that cook. I could tell from the start. If you don't believe me, just ask anyone.
Hook's head is spinning. Do you remember everything
So
they
we got
said?
yeah we got
Don't worry, I've written it all down for you.
the cook
Remember,
wanting
among these four people, only
Yeah.
the real thief would lie.
the helper's a red herring, and I think it's the
The
cook.
cook said the helper did it. The tailor said it wasn't her. The merchant said it was the cook, and the helper said it wasn't him. So, do you know who the culprit is?
Well, I think the cook and merchant are the most suspicious. My gut tells me that one of them is the culprit. But don't worry. Even if you choose the wrong one, Hitchdark Hook the Great has other ways to uncover the true culprit.
Right. We have other methods besides deductive reasoning to find out who the true thief is. Let's just examine what they've said first to decide. The cook said the helper did it. The tailor said it wasn't her.
So the first thing the cook did was throw the helper under the bus with a box. Now he could have gotten the box for something else and moving boxes. So the tailor spaced out. So the merchant didn't like that the old man didn't share the prospecting rights, but it didn't seem like he was too bothered by it. The cook seems like he had the most to gain by it, and the helper is a red herring. So I'm going to go with the cook.
I don't know why, but I'll trust your judgment. Come on, let's go accuse the culprit.
Alright. He's not going to be there.
Huh?
Yep.
Where's the cook? Where did he go?
Beats me. I saw him running out in quite a panic.
Ah, that guy has to be guilty. Where is he running off to? Oh yeah, I saw Mr. Sampo on the way to the mine when I came here. Could he be involved in this?
Well,
Follow Hook? Mr. Sampo should be that way. Mr. Sampo's always at the clinic hanging around Miss Natasha. Hook thought he was really sick or something. He's working with the thief, and he's also a bad guy.
don't know if these books and stuff will be here. I'm just grabbing what I can that I can see.
My friend, are you serious? This device is quite rare. Are you really willing to sell it to me at such a low price?
No, why are you making this so complicated? Do you want it or not? Just tell me.
You two stop right there. Pitch Dark Hook the Great has arrived.
Yeah, I knew he was just a fence.
Oh boy, I knew it was too good to be true. I gotta make this clear. I have nothing to do with this fella. You have to trust me. Miss Hook, please, don't point that thing at me. It's scary.
Hey, how can you sell me out like that? We had a deal.
No, they'll change.
You stole Daddy's treasure. Diggertron will not spare you.
This is all that old Bursman's fault. Just because he has this device I'm holding, he can make a fortune. It's not fair.
Well, it seems you guys have some issues to sort out, so maybe I should leave.
The heck if I care? With the underworld in such a sad state, how are we supposed to survive if we don't resort to robbing and stealing? Anyway,
I'll just rob and
I got
steal
the
better.
device now. Come take it, if you have the guts.
Diggertron, get ready.
Clemency,
Commencing research.
the truth of life and death, revealed in an instant. This sanctuary is but a vision.
Yeah, there's a lot I rambled about in the beginning of this. I think I lost my train of thought, but
My turn.
it's sort of like
What?
my old style of doing videos. I used to make Destiny videos that, you know, gameplay, and then I'd have about 6 or 7 minutes to say what I wanted.
Gotta try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move.
I'm sure there's some people that would come at me about what I said about, you know, other religions and stuff. It's the truth, right?
Rules are made to be broken.
Every religion's shot through with hypocrisy. They're just people at the end of the day. They have nothing to do about, you know, what God or whatever entity they're claiming to speak for
Specimen sighted.
has to do with anything. That even if, let's say, any of these gods or whatever didn't exist,
Sure talk tough for someone
that,
who can't fight. Come on, hand the detector over to Hook.
that they'd be doing it anyway. People would be doing evil shit to each other anyway.
Oh, Daddy's treasure! It's broken!
Hey! Now this is Sampo's time to shine. Of course! I wouldn't want to miss out on seeing...
I think that
one of
MCU could be a little bit nicer to
heroism, would I?
this character.
Listen, there's a fellow in Bouldertown they call Ballaway the miner's lamp? He's an appraiser. Although I think this device of yours, here's a trick. First, pretend that you want to sell it for a low price, then wait for him to excitedly fix the device for you. After it's fixed, tell him you changed your mind and you want to keep it for yourself. This business tactic is what I call a bait and switch. Pretty clever, huh?
Alloway the miner's lamp. Got it. Let's go into town to find it.
Have a safe trip!
I think people are figuring it out when it comes to that shit. It's like, you know, like at the end of the day, it comes down to money.
Gather your strength.
And you look at, you know, how big some Christian churches are and some Catholic churches, and just other religions in general. You know, look at ones that are in village-like environments, and you have like things covered in gold while the people live in squalor. You know, we have the same thing in America and other parts of the world that are supposed to be developed. And I guess we like to think that because we're more developed, we tend to let it get to our heads that we can't ever be swindled out of our money, and it just isn't the case.
I'm already retired from appraising ancient relics, so unless this...
Oh, look at this! The detector's probe broke up.
Ho ho, this certainly...
Yes, look extra close.
This device... I think this is probably... The detector's probe is gone. It's like searching for something without eyes or ears. Now, it's nothing more than a pile of junk with no practical value. I'm willing to offer a generous price for this thing, so do you want to sell it or not?
We aren't going to sell it to you. He's an appraiser. Unless we can prove that he stole a part out of it.
Alright then. Let's go find Daddy.
But how late am I running? Damn, I need to put some burners on. Let's go here. I'm gonna start skipping dialogue.
Where have you been, Hook? What's wrong with this kid? Vein detector? The one I lost?
Maybe he has the part.
Big Brother and Hook helped Daddy catch the thief that stole it. But Daddy's detector is broken. It's all my fault. If only I could have found it sooner.
So it was stolen. You're not hurt, are you, Hook?
I'm fine. Daddy, can you see if your detector still works?
The geomarrow probe is damaged. I'm afraid this thing won't work anymore.
I'm sorry, Daddy. I didn't help one bit.
What are you apologizing for?
But Daddy's treasure.
Don't cry, Hawk. Your Daddy's true treasure has been here all along. It was never lost or broken.
Even you know what it is?
The detector helped me find lots of geomarrow veins, and it saved the mining team a lot of money. In that respect, it was a very good thing. But at the end of the day, the detector is just a tool. A true treasure must have irreplaceable importance to someone.
Huh? Doesn't really understand.
It's okay. I'm saying some things that might seem strange, but
So, the treasure...
is still happily running and jumping around.
You're not allowed to see her cry. Go away.
So I think the last time I played this, I did sell it, and we got a different outcome. But at the end of this conversation, I'm basically saying that, you know, just because someone's older or just because someone says they're in authority doesn't mean they know anything. And just because a building is covered in gold doesn't mean it's any better or any worse than any other building. It's just a building. They have to pay taxes on it, and it's awfully strange to worship the dead body parts of people claiming they can get you to heaven. Anyway, thanks for watching, and have a good day.